What is going on, YouTube people? Northeast Ohio Cards and Comics here for a little quick hot take reaction from week 2 of the NFL season. A couple cards are moving, a couple shaking, a couple going down, a couple going up. Just wanted to hop on here and hit on a few of them. I'm sure there's some I'm going to miss. Just loosely talking about some of these players. So like, comment, sub, all the YouTube stuff down below. Try to keep this one fast. It is the middle of the second quarter when I'm recording this of the Chiefs-Ravens game, so if something bonkers happens in that, I have not seen it yet. Interesting week 2. My Browns won. A little bit of a weird game, but W's W. Defense not looking too hot. What else? Chargers lost, and kind of what I was worried about with the Chargers is kind of happening. They're a good team, but not quite there yet. That's why I was worried about Herbert being a little overvalued. Burro, same exact thing. Kyler continues to go crazy. I think Kyler so far is by far and away the biggest winner of this season. I'll be curious to see how his prices continue to flush out in the early part of this week. So far, spoilers, going up. Not everything, but most of his stuff. What else? Cooper Kupp continuing to go crazy. A bunch of guys going down. We've already seen it with Saquon and Daniel Jones from earlier in the week. Derrick Henry had a big rebound game. And like I said, I'm sure I'm missing a bunch of stuff. But trying to keep this one quick so I can get back to this Chiefs game. So let's go ahead and dive in and look at some stuff. Market movers, link in the description down below. Herbert staying flat. Well, flat as of today anyways. Over the last 7 days, he's actually down quite a bit. But his PSA 10 Prism base is down to 485 prior to today. But that is down quite a bit on the week. Last 7 days down almost 30%. However, I purposely waited to record this video. I wanted to record it in between games, but I wanted to wait for this auction to end. PSA 10 base Prism Herbert ended 8:45 p.m. Right in the middle of the first quarter of the late game. Went for 490, right in line with what it was doing the day before, a couple days before. So no drop in Herbert, at least yet, once again. But I do think his stuff could continue to slowly trend down. I don't know that it'll be big drops, but he will hit a floor here quickly because people will start buying him up. He is ultra talented. I 100% get it. But I do think he was the most overpriced player coming into the season. Burro, who I also thought was ridiculously overpriced, also continues to fall and to slip. As we see here, his PSA 10 base Prism over the weekend was going for around 370, give or take. One of these ended after the Bengals game today. Once again, small sample size alert here. This is hot. We're doing this hot, all right? Not as much data as I would normally like to have for this stuff, but I think this stuff's interesting. This in-the-moment price swings on this football stuff because it's a once-a-week sport, more event-based. You're going to see these bigger swings like this. Burrow-based Prism ended right after the game, about an hour after the game, for 316. Yikes. So that's a big jump down from 370 to 316. So that's a pretty healthy chunk coming out of that card. Bengals did not look good today. They looked terrible. And once again, that was part of what I was afraid with that team, that they were not going to play good football. Bad offensive line. They just did not look great. I had Joe Mixon in DFS, did horrible. It was just a disaster. So I think Burrow's stuff continues to slide. He would be one that I would be intrigued on a dip if his prices got low enough. So one guy staying flat, one guy coming way down. Let's look into some things swinging the other direction. Sam Darnold. Absolutely big game today. They looked good. Crushed the Saints. That game, I didn't spend a ton of time in that game, but it didn't look very close, to be honest. That's the game that Personal Finance Dad Dustin and Flipping Steve were at. So I'll have to get a first-hand report from Flipping Steve and them if I talk to him later this week. But Darnold played well. Darnold's stuff continues to climb, and his stuff was cheap to begin with. So if he keeps winning, it's going to keep going up because it's so low to begin with. PSA 10 base Prisms yesterday. When I say yesterday, I'm saying Saturday. Let me rephrase. Saturday. We're going for the low hundreds. We have 130, 120, 113. Today, 165-ish. 170-ish. We have a 165 here, a 169 there, a 150. This is 130. This was prior to the game, 160. So definitely spiked up about 20 to 40 bucks, give or take, from where he was at. And I would imagine his stuff is going to keep going. People are going to make a ton of money off Darnold because his stuff was just super cheap to begin with. And it's going to keep going up. That Panthers team is legit good. Christian McCaffrey, they have a pretty decent defense. They have some decent offensive weapons with Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore. They're a good team. And Darnold got away from the Jets, and the Jets look like a disaster today. I'm not going to look at any Zach Wilson or Mac Jones stuff or any of that sort of shenanigans because they just don't really have enough cards to look at, especially on a hot take look like this. But Jets look terrible. I would not want to be, luckily there's not a lot of cards out to buy yet, but I would not want to be heavily invested in Zach Jones, to say the least. Moving right along, Cooper Kupp had an absolutely monster game today. It doesn't have a ton of cards graded. This is his PSA 10 Prism, which is a silver, because all 2017 Prism silver or Prism rookies are silvers. Pop one, just under 200 on this, 191. Last one sold on 9/12, so it has been a hot minute. For 115. One ended today at auction for 140. Now, anyone that's watched the channel for a long time knows that I do not like putting money into position players. Can you make money with position players? Yes, you absolutely can. It is extremely high risk and extremely finicky, and you have to very much be on top of things to move out, in and out fast, especially like on wide receivers and stuff. Because it is very easy, even for the best wide receivers, to have a down week or two, and those stuff will go right back down again. So if you're investing in position players, you have to move in and out of them fast before something happens. Either have a bad week, get hurt, whatever. So if you were in the Cooper Kupp, you were probably into him cheap. Now's your chance. I would be moving, honestly. I would not be holding on to him. Even though they look good, Stafford looks good. Looks like a completely different team with Stafford back there. But once again, I do not like holding position players. This week, I didn't talk about it at the beginning, and we'll have to see how everything shakes out. I don't usually like to talk about injuries on Sunday night. We don't really know much yet at the time of recording. A lot of guys got hurt this week. Andy Dalton hurt, so Justin Fields is going to take over. Tua got hurt. That's the other big news piece of the week. I did not pull any Tua cards just because we don't know what the injury is yet. So it seemed a little too overreactionary to go look at a bunch of Tua stuff. It looked like something rib-ish. But I don't know that we know the specifics at time of recording, or I just may have missed it. But Tua will be one that probably takes a hit in prices because of the injury, and also just didn't really look that great today to begin with. Last but not least, Kyler. His base Prism has not moved a ton today, but a lot of his other stuff is, and a lot of his nicer stuff is moving as well. The one that really took a jump today was his base optic. I don't know if it's just kind of playing catch up to the Prism moving up or what. We'll have to see as we move into the week. Maybe the Prism's just kind of lagging behind a little bit. But Saturday, this was going for $300. His base optic PSA 10. Optic seems to be creeping up over Select. We'll have to do a little bit of a deep dive on that. Maybe that'll be a good video for later in the week, just in general, if Select football is completely falling behind Optic football. But we see Saturday, a little under $300. Fast forward, Sunday night, $360, $395, $330, $370. So almost $100 jump up on his base optic with multiple sales here. Once again, a $330. I think this one ended, I don't remember when this one ended, but $370 best offer, buy it now on the 19th, which is Sunday. This one for $330. Then another auction later in the day at $395, and a bin/best offer at $360. Kyler looks absolutely fantastic. He just chucks the ball all over the place, runs around like an idiot. I've said it before. I will say it again. I think he's going to do for a monster season as long as he can stay healthy. He was playing out of his mind last year, had the shoulder injury, was not the same player. Looks 100% healthy. I honestly think he has more weapons because Fitzgerald's carcass isn't out there anymore. Love Larry Fitz, but he wasn't what he used to be anymore. Yes, they do have A.J. Brown, but I think the Rondell Moore is sneaky, kind of re-energize that offense a little bit. And then Hopkins is just a flipping monster. And they're finally giving Chase Edmonds full touches and just mixing in some of the other schmucks. But Chase Edmonds, really good back out of the backfield as a pass catcher. That team just looks really, really good. The NFC West is completely loaded. Who knows what happens in the long term? Kyler is, to me, the most interesting player so far this season. Once again, we'll see if that holds. But for right now, I think he is the biggest winner of the season so far. We'll have to see. Maybe the end of this week, we'll dive in and look at, go back to week 1 and look through 2 weeks, who's up the most, who's down the most. That sort of nonsense. So, but Kyler, clear cut, having a fantastic season. And I just don't see it changing. He has all the talent and has the talent. He has the talent himself, and he has the talent around him. Between Hopkins and Moore, and AJ Green is the wily veteran, and him just slinging the ball all over the place. And he is fun, which matters for the sports card market. He is fun to watch play football. He is becoming must-watch TV. Everyone's going to be using him in DFS. Everyone wants him in fantasy. So, should be good for the old card prices. Actually, put a couple offers in on some Kyler stuff on Star Stock. I don't know that I want to spend, like, air quotes, real fake money, but I consider Star Stock even more fake than regular fake money. So I was looking to maybe chase a little Kyler on there. It's hard. Like, I pride myself on trying to be disciplined as much as possible and, like, not chase the hype on this stuff and, like, zig while others are zagging. And then what did I do all afternoon? From, like, 3 to 4 o'clock, I'm on every platform. I'm on MySlabs, I'm on eBay, I'm on Star Stock looking at Kyler Murray cards to see if I could get in on something. And I'm like, what am I doing? This is maybe not the best time to buy Kyler, but if he keeps going, maybe you could still jump on the train. I don't know. I really don't know. But I ended up closing the laptop and walking away. So if I can find a deal on Star Stock, maybe I'll snag something. But that's all I got for you guys and girls today. Nice quick hitter. We'll see how things shake out. I'll probably do a second or third football video as we move into the week, because it's the most interesting market right now. And I really want to I just need to find time to do the research. I want to do like a deep dive NBA preseason video, but I just need time to dig into everything. So like, comment, sub. Catch you guys and girls on the next one. Peace.